Well, hey crafty friends, it's Heidi Scott with DIY Dreaming, and on this video tutorial, I'm going to show you how you can use this. This is a banner insert for a 9x12 magnetic hanging banner, and you can get this as a project. You can also get refills. So we're going to use these refills and turn them into placemats. So let me set this over here and we will get started. And I'm going to be doing fall that you could use for Halloween, for Thanksgiving, just for fall right now, but I'm also going to show you some Christmas ideas. Okay, so this is what I'm talking about. These are the 9x12 banner refills. They come 2 in a pack for $8.99, and you guys, if you're watching this live, they're on the clearance list on my website, 50% off. So you can get 2 for about $4.50, which is $2.25 a piece, which I think is a pretty good deal for this piece of fabric to make into a placemat. They're hemmed on the top and the bottom, and then they're serged, I think is what you can call the edge, which you could either cover it with some trim, or I think it looks perfectly fine to leave it just like it is. Okay, why do I have my iron out? Well, what I wanted to tell you first of all is that they come in all wrapped up in a little package, so they're going to be totally wrinkled, but they take 2 seconds to iron the wrinkles out, and then you're good to go. And you will be using a hot iron to set your ink when you're all finished and it's dry. Okay, so what I am thinking right now is that I only have 2. I want to order a bunch of these to make future placemats for Thanksgiving, for Christmas, and for next year too. So if you're going for a 4-person table, you need 2 packages because each package has 2. And I'm going right now, this was my craft pup project for October 2025. But you can also get this turkey stencil, and you can get the table runner separately in case you missed that project. Anyways, you can just see how great these are going to go together. So I'm going to use black ink, and I'm going to use some fallish designs to go with this. But I'm going to show you some Christmas that you could do as well. Okay, so let me show you the Christmas first, and then we'll hop right in. This is the first one that I'm thinking would make a great placemat for Christmas. It says Noel. It's the perfect size. You can find this on my website on the holiday page, and if you'll comment Christmas, then I'll send you a direct link so you don't have to search it out. I'm thinking you could also do some really cute repeating patterns, like this house and tree pattern or this Christmas tree pattern. You could just lay it down and then scooch it over so that you cover the whole thing, or just do a margin on either side. It's totally up to you. This one's really cute. It says fa la 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 la. I thought I'd show you this one in case you have sort of a Danish or a Swedish folk art looking interior decor for the holidays. This would be super cute. Magnolia has a bunch of new designs. There's a Christmas tree with a bow on it. This says glory to God in the highest. This one's really cute. You could do the snowflakes, or you could do the let it snow. I think the church, the new church that has a couple of verses to go with it, it would work. You could put that either in the center or to the side. You could do the North Pole delivery minus the words, and that would be fabulous. There's a new design that says ho ho ho. That would be super cute. I pulled this out to show you because this was on the banner that I picked up at the start of this video. if you're doing nutcrackers, you could use this new nutcracker design. There's so many fun Christmassy things that you could do. Let me see. Oh, you could also do this one, which is called In Him Was Life. It's a nativity. And it says, in Him was life, and that life was the light of all the world. All mankind, sorry. Or if you wanted just faith related, this is a new design that says, I can do all things through Christ who gives me strength. You could do a winter barn look. This is a new one that says families are forever, and I think this would be pretty. This would totally work. Let's see, what else did I pull out? And I think that's all I pulled out for right now. Did I show you the... Oh, this one. This is much bigger than I thought it would be. And I think it would be cute either in the center or off to one side. And it says, blessed is the season which engages the whole world in a conspiracy of love. It's a snow globe. Isn't that cute? Okay, but what we're going to be working with today to go with my turkey table runner, and Magnolia has a ton of different designs, so if you want to comment fall, then I'll send you a link to the fall page. This one says thankful and blessed. This one says harvest, gratitude, and then here's the turkey. Okay, so I'm going to use just the, I think I'm going to use just the design and not the words. And I'm using black ink, but of course you could do any color you want. I see lots of people watching. Yes, I'm super glad to be home from Canada, although it was a fabulous trip. Alberta and the mountains are just amazing, but it's always good to be home, isn't it? And I've missed you guys. I've missed crafting and all of that. So I'm doing my project to go with this for my fall and Thanksgiving table, and I'm going to use this one. But I encourage you to look, comment fall, and then look, because Magnolia has a ton of great designs. Let me turn this around so I have it. They have a ton of great fall designs that would work for this. Okay, so just looking for the center, which is going to be right about there. And I think I'm going to put my design kind of in the middle. So let me grab a ruler so I can determine what that is. Okay, lots of you will be wondering, is this chalk paste or is it ink? I will be using ink today. They have the white lids because I want this to be washable. And I would hate to use chalk paste and have a wet plate get set down, or one that's hot and has humidity on it, and then have my design be smeared all over, and that is what will happen if you use chalk paste. So you definitely have to use ink if you're going for this kind of a project. All right, and I'm just eyeballing this. I'm only going to do the design of the pumpkins and gourds and leaves. And like I said just a minute ago, I'm doing mine in black ink because I'm going for something that I can do with my turkey. I may come back and do some trim of some sort on the edges. I don't know. Anyways, that's the plan. So let me open up my ink. How's everyone doing today? Okay, I have a good question for you. And this will tell you a lot about me. Are you, and I'm going to go ahead and put a piece of parchment paper underneath this. I don't know if it's going to go through or not. I think this is woven pretty tightly, that it should not be and issue it off. Tell me in the comments, do you prefer, as far as Thanksgiving goes, do you prefer setting a fancy table, you know, and dolling it up and dressing it up with whatever seasonal decor that you have and pretty dishes and napkins and all of that? Or are you more into preparing a gourmet meal? For me, I have always been more into the table setting than the food that is actually served on the table. I've always been that way. And anyway, so say table or table setting, or say food, depending on which one is more your passion. Okay, that's probably way too much ink, but we'll give it a go. And my goal, whenever I'm using ink, is to get everything covered. Don't leave anything out, and then to force myself to stop. Because I think what can happen sometimes, and you've heard me say this 10 zillions of times, look how much more I have than I even need. What can happen sometimes is people are, me included, afraid that maybe we didn't get it covered good enough, and so we have a tendency to keep going over and over and over. And in doing that, we end up pushing too much of our medium through the holes in the stencil, and we end up making it look blurry. So this is what I have. Let me grab a napkin because I've, of course, already gotten it on my hands. I think this is going to be lovely with my little turkey table runner. Oh, I see a spot that could use a little more ink. Right down there. Is there anywhere else that I have not gotten enough ink on? This is called peeking, and when you're stenciling, it's totally allowed, even encouraged. You guys look at me, I'm such a mess. Where did my paper towel go? And I must not have been pressing down very hard. Oh gosh, that could have been a very bad result there. So I better stop fooling around with it and just pull it up. Look how fabulous that is! Wow, okay, this is going in my tub of water. And so are my fingers. And I will hold this up in just a second and show you what it looks like. So are you more into the decor for your holiday celebrations, or are you more into the food? I am definitely more into the decor, if you couldn't already guess that, than the food, but both are important, and that is what I have, and I think that is going to look fabulous with my turkey table runner. I may come back and add just something like this. This is, I think this is grosgrain ribbon. Oh no, this is jelly ribbon, but I'm going to look through my stash. I might just add a strip of black grosgrain ribbon with some low temperature hot glue, maybe even the fabric hot glue on either side to finish it off. And I will work on the other one. I'll get pictures of it on my table. So come back this afternoon if you would like to see. I see two Susies on, Susie Noble and Susie Pounders. Hey, Susies. If you would like to see the fall designs that Magnolia has, just comment fall. Just type in F-A-L-L down here in the comments. If you would like to see the Christmas, winter, holiday, that kind of stuff, type Christmas down here in the comments. And if you would like to see these awesome 9 by 12 banner refills that come 2 in a pack for $8.99 that are on the clearance page that are 50% off, so they're like $4.50 for 2. $2.25 a piece. If you would like to see the whole list, just type clearance down here in the comments and I will get you that too. Susie says she loves the simplicity. Oh yay, I'm glad. Sometimes simple is better. I have a tendency to maybe overdo things, but anyways, hope that you have a blessed and wonderful rest of your day. If I can answer any questions for you, don't hesitate to ask. Again, we used ink, not chalk paste, because this is fabric. When it's all fully dry, I'll drag my iron back up here. I will put a piece of parchment paper over it after it's fully dry, and I'll go over it for 2 or 3 minutes, front and back, and then it'll be totally heat set, washable. It's never going to smudge. It's going to be great. So I see lots of you typing clearance because you want to look at that whole list. There's a lot of great things on there that maybe you want to grab now while they're 50% off. Anyways, thanks for joining me, and I will